another challenge is like annoying niggas and racist liberals, because that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to black folks, and a lot of times people that lean to the left, and I realize there's cons to that, like because Nashville hasn't seen, and not just Nashville, but people a lot of times haven't seen a black dude maneuver and be black outside of our culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you see a black dude that's doing an all-white crowd or talking about white nuanced jokes, like I can throw you a joke about Frasier or Seinfeld or The Office. I know white culture. So if a black person, sometimes if they see me doing that, they may think, oh, hell no, he a goofy. Or he a coon. He a like, oh, are you with them white folk? No. Because I go to the hood room out north at G-Spot, and now I'm talking about Martin. I can talk about whatever the fuck. I've been there more than you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been through it. So I got to deal with, like, this one comic was like, man, I just didn't know you could do a black room. I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, because, yeah, you be with them white folk. I'm like, what does that mean?
Right.
Yeah. So it's just annoying. I'm like, bro, I've been out here. I'm cultured.
Have your blackness been questioned at any point?
The good thing is, like, if ever I get annoyed, I do the blackest shit they ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, it's like whenever somebody play me like that, and it might not even be on purpose. A lot of times it's innocent. They're like, man, like somebody introduced me to the club. They'll be like, man, coming up, the white folks love him. Give it up for you. And he don't mean no harm by that. And honestly, that's a compliment. But I'm like, nigga, everybody love me. Like Asians, Puerto Rico, like white folks love him. What kind of shit is this?
Human beings love me.
Yeah, but he just ain't never seen that. So he's like, wow, he got the white folks.
Right.
And I'm like, that's even a weird compliment. Like, how is that a compliment? Because white folks love me. That's strange. So whenever I see that, I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to do the blackest shit you ever seen in your life. So then my next piece of content or my next joke or then they start saying, I don't know how you pulled that off on stage. I don't know how you had white folk laughing at that. I'm like, now what, nigga?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You ain't never seen a nigga say that type of black stuff on stage or in my content in front of white folks, and they still fuck with it. And then it kind of confuses them, and I like that confusion. So that's the one thing you got to navigate, but sometimes it's innocent, you know what I mean? And you just got to deal with it. But I'm like, yo, we not boxed in. Like, if you go to Chinatown in New York City, they're not just selling to Chinese folk.
Right.
Everybody coming in there and getting some of that culture. You know what I mean? What are we doing? So that's my thing. Also, the annoying liberals, sometimes people want to book me on shows or book me at any kind of event, but the only time they want to book me is when something black's going on. Like, no. Like, when y'all got a white event, I can come through.
Right.
Like, I know white folks, but it's like, well, when we're doing Black Night, we'll bring Josh Black. Like, why?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like that becomes annoying too. Like, hold on, motherfucker. Like, I don't just talk to black folks. It's like if they got like a cool event that's just normal, and I ask to get on that, they're like, well, we'll see. But then if it's some hood shit or some black shit, it's like, all right, come on. But and in their head, they're being diverse. They're helping the black community.
Right.
So
how do you have that conversation with those specifically white liberals?
Yeah.
When you know they probably mean well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it wasn't this specific event, you probably wouldn't be invited to host or do a set.
Yeah.
Is that a conversation?
Oh,
you have, or
I literally say, I can talk to white people as well. Like, I don't like, sometimes I'm like, I ain't doing it. If I'm in a space, recently I was annoyed, and I'm like, I ain't doing it. Like, they didn't even mean no wrong. They probably didn't understand it, but I'm like, don't call me on nigga night.
Right.
Like, I'm not like, now mind you, it's probably a beautiful night. It is dope. Like, if they got Slim and Huskies and they got a whole lot of black stuff going on, I'm not saying I'm above that in any way.
Right.
But it just seems like, I'm not the minority night. I'm better than anybody you can bring around here.
Right.
Don't have, so we get one night and then the other 29 days a month is just whatever. Like, put me over there with that.
Right.
And this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that just kind of gets annoying. And then also I realized my friend of mine, he's a Christian comic. His name is John Christ. And he got canceled one time for making out with a girl. That was it. He made out with her. Somebody took a picture. And the church was like, no way, you canceled. You're sinning, you're going to hell. I mean, for real, canceled on like bad. And he was talking about how dangerous his fans can be. And I realized the same thing with myself. I'm like, the liberals are so parallel to the church because they become, I feel like the new liberals have become like our parents in religion. Like, if you don't believe me, you going to hell. Right. If you don't do this, you go. Now it's like, if you don't think this, you're canceled. If you don't think exactly what I think, we're not arguing, we're not debating. If you don't think this, you're canceled. And I'm like, hold on, my fans are just as dangerous as this motherfuckers. And that's why I was like, hold on, I got to start keeping it a little more real. So now in my comedy and my content, I'm not trying to talk directly to you unless I'm peeing 1,000 with you. You know what I mean? You ain't perfect. And also, we're not going to agree. And get used to me not agreeing with you.
Right.
Because I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to apologize. You know how they do. This black man's... quickly, they'll say this black man went from cool and lovey-dovey and Bob Marley, Wiz Khalifa type of nigga to... Oh, he's the baby. That can happen quick. You know what I mean? And then everybody like, yeah.
He's dangerous.
Yeah, he's dangerous and angry and all this.
Right.
So I'm like, I want to start keeping it more real to where people know what to expect from me, as opposed to, I'm not Trevor Noah, and I think he's great. Mm-hmm. I'm not, I'm not a politician. We're not going to agree.
Right.
And I'm probably way more radical than you. So eventually I'm going to scare you with my politics.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so we ain't got to agree. So that's some of the challenges of just kind of skating around that, dancing around that, and having my identity, at the same time finding myself. Because I'm just 32.
Right.
So we still trying to figure out who we are, at the same time while people looking at you, trying to critique you and stuff. So just trying to find my voice, find myself with integrity. And then also trying to educate people who don't understand you without being angry at them. You know what I mean?